Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thanks to you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is game time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We welcome you back once again to Noblesville. One champion has been crowned. We're ready to crown another champion in 2A. The 2A championship game, it'll be Carmel, the Greyhounds, against the two-time defending champion Golden Eagles of Guerin High School. Today's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else for delicious food? Burtner Electric, providing quality electrical services in central Indiana. Boilermaker Local 374, we're second to none in quality and performance. Passion to Care, beyond home care, where passion meets purpose. Clean Slate, inspired innovation that moves business forward. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. The IndianaSRN Sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day. Check out IndianaSRN.org and click on the Sports page tab. And by the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, watch the best Division III sports on HCAC.tv, where you always have a front row seat. As mentioned, one champion in the books in the 1A title game. It was Center Grove knocking off Park Tudor for the championship, and now it's Guerin and Carmel. We're going to get an inside look. This is a rare treat for us. We got rid of Keith first off. That's the good news, so we're going to get some really in-depth stuff here. We still love you, Keith, no matter what. But Laura, for the Zionsville Eagles, an assistant coach with us. By the way, you have a friend and a colleague that is down on the beach in Florida, and we're not real happy about that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm a little upset Coach Stork chose not only our Final Four game, but the championship to go celebrate another member of the lacrosse coaching community. Shout out to Coach Jenna on her wedding. But happy to be here, fill her shoes, and talk about the great matchup we've got coming up today.
You're very familiar with both these teams. I know you've seen them a lot, so this ought to be a great matchup.
Too familiar. Yeah, I've been coaching in Indiana lacrosse for 16 years, so I've seen these faces change, but 2 programs that are perennial powerhouses facing off again today always start on the calendar as a coach of those matchups. So we've got a great one on tap here.
Carmel, if I'm not mistaken, beat Guerin back on May the 2nd, 11-9. We saw that in the Center Grove game, too. They'd beaten Park Tudor earlier in the year, but Park Tudor was playing for another championship. Might we see Carmel end this run here by Guerin?
I think the Greyhounds are well positioned. So they did win that midseason matchup. It actually started back in March and got a lightning delay after a few minutes, and then they had to reset and play again in May on the 2nd to finish up the season. So that was another one we were all watching and waiting to see if that would also affect the lax power numbers for the rankings going into our 16-draw tournament. Talking to Coach Josh Miller this morning earlier, he's just like, we have to stay Carmel. We have to play our game and not worry about what Guerin is doing. I say as a coach, sometimes you get caught up with the name on the opposing chest rather than the name on your chest. So he said, we just got to stay in our game, play how we know how to play, and he felt confident. They're well positioned.
What does Carmel do well that if you're looking from Guerin's side and scouting Carmel, what concerns you the most about the Greyhounds?
Carmel's ability to catch in tight spaces is, as a coach, is wonderfully frustrating. So if you look back at the awards we just gave, we got All-Americans across the board here on Carmel, like Brecken Hare, Sophie Mock, All-Stater, Avery Gale. Great shooters, great in tight in the 8 meters. So sometimes you'll even have a face guard on them, and they'll still catch the darn ball. So they've got those big guns, those midfielders, all juniors, that run their attack.
Yeah. From a goalie standpoint, you look at Brooklyn Jenkins in goal. I'm assuming she'll get the start today. She's generally been there all year long, but it'll be a big key for her as well.
Yeah, and sometimes we see a 2-goalie system from Carmel. So like they say in the NFL, if you have 2 QBs, maybe you have no QBs. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Josh Miller stays with Brooklyn for the entire game.
Now, the 2-time defending champions, Golden Eagles of Guerin. You don't win 2 championships in a row without doing something well, and you can really set that bar pretty high now. If you get 3 in a row, that just shows you how good they are.
Yeah, never count out the Golden Eagles. Obviously, they've been here. They've done this twice. They've got a lot of confidence going into the game. Well coached, and again, a senior-led midfield that really cannot be stopped. So, again, names all over the board. I just gave out awards, said their name 5 or 6 times, so that's got to be Catherine Constantino and Alex Susi. Those are seniors. They're battle-tested, 4-year starters. The ball's going to run through them.
They, by the way, do you believe, and I always ask coaches this about if pressure's on the defending champions, is the pressure on the team coming in trying to knock off the defending champions? Which one is more pressurized in this one?
I feel like it's got to be the defending champions, right? You're riding high. You're 2-0 recently in championships games, but you had that little misstep during the regular season, so I don't know if that'll shake their confidence at all. I know that's how we felt coming into Carmel, right? Carmel was favored. We gave it a swing, had nothing to lose. So I think if Carmel stays in their own lane, they got a great shot today.
All right, you mentioned a lot of the awards, and I thought it was great between the 2 championship games that so many players were honored, and I know we'd love to cover maybe some of that a little bit because you had All-State, All-Americans, you name it. They were out there, and it really kind of shows you where the game of lacrosse is in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, the last 25 years we've obviously grown leaps and bounds from the 4 or 5 teams we started with back at the turn of the century, actually, to the 30, 40 teams we have now. So it's great to see these ladies, these teams, these coaches not only taking the next step but succeeding in college. We've got players all up and down from Division I to NAIA, and we love following them online, and we cheer each other on as the state of Indiana.
No doubt. All-Americans, though, can you just mention the All-Americans we'll have in this one here today?
Oh, I'd love to. Natalie Blackburn, I know you've heard her name if you called any Noblesville games. She was the leading scorer for Noblesville, brought them to the Final Four. She'll be playing at Division II Ashland University next year in Ohio. Catherine Constantino, again, we're going to say her name many times today, and if I'm great player there. Avery Gale, just a junior for Carmel, getting the All-American nod. Rare for a junior, but they're already recognizing her body of work. Emma Hammond from Noblesville, lockdown defender, kind of anchored their unit. Great accomplishment for her. Breckenhare and Sophie Mock. Again, those 2 shooters for Carmel. We're going to say their name a lot today. Again, a rare junior All-American nod. And then rounding out our 6th All-American, Alex Susi. Can't be missed from Guerin.
Coach, thank you very much.
Appreciate your time, guys.
Appreciate you as well. We'll come back, get it underway. Carmel Guerin next on Indiana SRN.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We're back on the pregame. Emmy Mildenberg is back with us. And tell you what, you won a championship in 2010. You just saw Center Grove knock off Park Tudor in the 1A. It is now time for the 2A. Let's get your thoughts on this one. And again, I won't ask you to make a prediction, but this ought to be a great one here today.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic matchup between 2 amazing teams. I have to say, though, I definitely don't follow 2A as closely as I follow the 1A game in the state. When I was playing, there were no divisions.
Right.
So it's been great to see these 2 divisions and see teams get recognized for their skill level at, where their skill level is.
Well, one thing for sure is we heard a little bit ago, Coach Laura from Zionsville talk about all these All-Americans on these 2 teams, that just so much talent between Carmel and Guerin. And we saw that the other night when you think about Guerin and their ability to put numbers on the board, a just absolute scoring machine. Does a game like this, though, come down to, we talked about in game 1, can you get draw controls? Can you keep from turning the ball over? Can you also find a way to get some pretty good looks in this kind of a contest where maybe you may not get those opportunities as much as you would in the regular season?
I definitely think this game will come down to shots on goal.
Okay.
Both teams are really dominant at scoring. The scores of these games tend to get really high because they're both just absolutely so skilled at feeding that ball to the perfect spot. I mean, you'll see some beautiful shots today, hopefully, because both of these teams just have players who the stick looks like an extension of their body.
Right.
They are that skilled with a lacrosse stick.
By the way, in their earlier meeting when Carmel beat Guerin, Sophie Mock, who, by the way, just has some incredible numbers this year, she had 5 goals. Riley Putnam had 2, and Elizabeth Tamalia had 2 goals. The winner in goal was Brooklyn Jenkins. On the other side, Gabriella Deere had 3 goals, but Caroline Ford had 6. So she really had a dominating performance against Carmel the first time around. And I would venture to say, in order for Guerin, the way everybody's talking about Carmel these days, Guerin's going to need another big performance out of Caroline Ford here this afternoon.
Both of these teams have done a really good job of playing out-of-state opponents to try and up their game level. So I know Carmel had a team from Detroit come and play here, actually, and then I know, I'm not sure if it's Guerin or Carmel, one of them went up to Chicago to play.
Wow.
Some of the better Midwestern teams. So that they are not only dominating in-state, they are trying to get that experience out of state to try and bring their play to the next level. These are 2 teams that are very evenly matched, but, one of them could run away with it.
Yeah, could be interesting. We're going to find out. We're ready to get the draw underway. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you've got to try Aspen Creek Grill. They have a little bit of everything for everyone, and you will not be disappointed. Stop by after the game at Aspen Creek Grill here in Noblesville. We are ready to go. As you probably know by now, they won a championship won by Center Grove, upending the defending state champions in 1A Park Tudor. So now Carmel in the blue uniforms, Guerin in their home whites. They're the number 1 seed, and we're ready to go. By the way, Memorial is leading Brebeuf in the boys' action in the 1A game, 4-3. They're playing in the second quarter of that contest. And the first draw, who will win this one?
They both got a stick on it, but it looks like Guerin Catholic comes up with it.
And they will be on offense first. If you're just joining us, great to have you with us for girls lacrosse. This is our final game of the year, and we're expecting a dandy between these two teams. The rain, by the way, the good news right now is it's kind of stayed away.
You said we weren't supposed to mention it.
We aren't mentioning it, but since you did it earlier, you set the tone for this one. So early start here for Guerin. I set the rules as we go. You probably figured that out.
Guerin Catholic tried to get a crease roll on that one, and Carmel swarmed with about 3 girls on her. No chance to get a shot off.
Keep an eye on Alex Susi, 3 goals in that win against Noblesville. By the way, Caroline Ford had 4 in that contest. Now you mentioned
charge. Wow.
That's only the second time I've seen that in a while.
Great call.
So let me ask you just a little bit. You mentioned earlier that perhaps the 2A game from a physical standpoint is a little bit up maybe from the 1A.
So the Indiana Girls Lacrosse Association currently has 2 leagues, a 1A and a 2A. And newer teams all start in the 1A league.
Okay.
And then we have a point system to move up to the 2A league, or they can request to be moved up into that higher league. So in the 2A league, it's teams that have been around. They've got a lot of girls who played in middle school. They've got well-established teams. They have JV. A lot of them are supported fully by their schools. And so from that, you see just a really high level of play come from that support and that long history. I have helped coach at a couple schools that are newer, and I always try and remind them, these teams have been playing for a long time. They've got that institutional history that you just can't make up very quickly.
By the way, Carmel on their first attack of the day, trying to get the early lead against a Guerin Catholic. Pass
Feed
inside, and there's the score.
That was a really great shot in between two Guerin players. I mean, they were both right there, and yet she got that shot off clean in between them.
Avery goal, and they wipe it off. Yep. So we will have a free position chance instead. So wipe off the goal, and it'll be Avery goal. Will just answer it right there.
In the back of the net.
Yep.
And that's a goal, number 26.
So Carmel with the early 1-0 lead. Good start here for the Greyhounds in really their first possession of the afternoon. Love to get off to a fast start. I know that games, we talked about this in the 1A game, old man momentum can go both ways. He's kind of fickle in that way, but to get off to a good start is really important, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, momentum makes up for a lot of the game in women's lacrosse, and having to go back to the draw every single time does mean that there's a 50-50 chance. In the earlier game, it didn't go 50-50 ways, but there is that chance.
How about that?
Ooh.
Carmel eventually came up with it, but then turned it over.
Yeah, she got checked on the pass. It looked like a clean check, but it definitely affected her pass to her teammate, which then led to that turnover.
Well, there's the second turnover there by Guerin.
Nice ground ball pickup. This is a nice turf field, so the ball moves really fast.
Yeah. I very rarely, I can't remember the last time that I have seen either boys, girls, men, or women playing on anything but turf these days. Is that pretty much out the window as far as grass?
It does seem like it's moved that way. I think turf has become cheaper and easier to maintain.
Oh, yeah.
And just most schools prefer it. There are still quite a few teams playing on grass, and let me tell you, it's a disadvantage for girls who always play on turf.
By the way, Ruth Abdallah with the nice save. I do believe that's Abdallah. It's either that or Pepe, Audrey Pepe. I think it might be Pepe, number 88 instead of 99 there for Guerin.
I do see an 8.
So it is 88. So they will use two different goalies here tonight as we stay at 1-0. And Guerin, an opportunity here to try to tie this one down the middle, and the score.
They really did a good job of pulling Carmel's defense apart and setting up that opportunity to make it a one-on-one. They did send a player, but just with the momentum she had going forward.
By the way, that was Gabriella Deer, who had 3 goals against Carmel in their earlier meeting, gets the first one here today. Deer coming off a 3-goal performance against Noblesville as well. So nice answer there for the two-time defending state champions, the Golden Eagles of Guerin. So far, Guerin, a couple of turnovers. They've won 1 draw control. Carmel has won 1 as well.
We've got 3 really great officials out there today. All 3 of them ref college games as well as high school.
Draw 1 again by Guerin. Well, it's again quite an honor for them to get an opportunity to be here today. I know you do a lot of college games and such, but still to be able to do a state championship is big.
Yes, it is definitely an honor, and the referees do brag about who got to do what state, sectional, semifinal game. If you're a referee listening out there, we are having an after party.
Uh-oh. How about that? That's Deer once again.
Just, she looks unstoppable. Referees only.
What? Only referees can go to this party?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Wow.
It's a referee party.
What about guys like Keith and myself and Chuck? I mean, we work hard too, you know.
You got to know all the calls. Do you know all the calls?
I'm getting to know some of them. I know the deputy now. I know the hidden ball trick. Anything else you want to know?
Is
there an upper shelf?
We're going to beer brewery, so.
All right, we won't go.
That looks.
Boy, that's.
They are physical. Right on that line. They know where they are on the field, and they play to that advantage.
So Guerin on offense once again, their 3rd draw control win here today. 2-1 your score here in the opening period. Where's your party being held at as Susie drives down the lane? Where are you going to be holding the party at?
Beer brewery in Noblesville.
Oh, okay. Give us the address. We'll be there.
18 10th Street.
We know how to crash parties, by the way. Free position shot here for Guerin.
She was given a shooting space call.
That's going to be a little bit off the mark.
It is going to stay with Guerin Catholic, though. And they are back at it quickly.
I like that. Really kind of a situation there for Carmel. They were out of position defensively. So now Guerin a chance here to get another one. That's a good look at Gabby Deer. Backs it away, nothing there.
Now a shooting space call can be anywhere from the 12-meter in. So I've heard, like I said, don't watch as many 2A games, but I've heard that Guerin Catholic will shoot from in between the 8 and the 12. So they could get that shooting space call all the way out there.
Wow.
She beat that defender. Oh, wow, nice save by the goalie.
Yeah, no kidding. That was, by the way, believe Ford, as Brooklyn Jenkins able to get the save there for Carmel. We saw Ruth Abdallah in the last contest, and as we said, it looks like Pepe is starting in this one today for Guerin.
Look at those low attackers. They immediately switch to defense, and they are putting a lot of pressure on Carmel's low defenders who need to get the ball up the field. Ooh, that was across the body. Ooh.
More than once.
And a second one. Now, there is a card for repetitive fouls. And you might see that in this game.
Good look here near side at Tamalia. She goes down. By the way, we have the Guerin fans right in front of us. So if you're wondering, well, you'll find out who's yelling here pretty soon. So.
Yeah, they definitely wanted out of bounds on that call, but we are not on the field. That's what I try and remind myself. I am not on the field. I do not have the best vantage.
That's right. It's a game of angles. Turnover.
Yeah,
Second one by
Carmel.
Carmel.
That was not a great pass. Uncharacteristic of them. You know, by the time you get to the state championship, both of these teams are very polished, they've played a lot. They know when they make mistakes, and that was definitely one of them.
By the way, I saw a fan in the stands holding up an Oscar for any players who flop and flip and all that stuff. So here come the Golden Eagles again, and the goal.
Great assist. Nice look on the play. She kind of ran into the girl from Carmel. No call.
Looked like
pass.
Jane.
Yeah.
Good
defense. Good defense. She backed away, saw her own teammate open. Great assist.
That was Jane Klein, I do believe, who had 2 goals against Noblesville. So Klein on the board. And now 3-1.
Jane Klein.
Yep. What great eyes I have, huh, Coach? It's just amazing how I see that.
Honestly, I am very impressed by how often you can quickly get the names from the numbers.
Against number 10, Catherine Constantino for the Eagles.
So now another draw control opportunity. Guerin leading at 3-1 so far here this afternoon, and a 3-1 score. There's another one. That's number 4. Here is Susie. Susie drew a triple team there for the moment. The dive and the shot and the score, and it's going to be Constantino.
Wow. Guerin Catholic looks like they are moving at 100 miles per hour, and Carmel's just having a hard time slowing them down.
I was watching the Carmel bench, and they kind of have their hands out like, what are we doing out there defensively? They're going to have to make some quick adjustments.
They don't find themselves in this situation very often.
Yeah, that's no kidding. So now they're down 4-1 in draw controls. We're even up at free position shots. Turnovers are tied at 2, but the most important one is right up there, 4-1.
4-1. It's a quick game. Still early, plenty of time.
Carmel able to come up with that draw control. They could really use something right now, get momentum going back their way.
Guerin's marking them up really tight and really far out.
Brecken Hare, by the way, one of the All-Americans there for Carmel. Need a big game out of her today. Ball is loose.
Oh.
Scramble for it, and another turnover for Carmel. That's number 3.
They're going to call that out of bounds on Guerin, give it to Carmel. I thought that was a good defensive play on Carmel's part.
So the Greyhounds down 4-1 as we're at 2.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Nice turn there by Hare.
I'm getting too focused into the game to talk to you too much.
Low shot by Sophie Mock. Mock has put up some huge numbers this year offensively, so it'll be a key for Guerin to slow her down. She had 5 goals in the earlier contest in that 11-9 win.
Guerin's got, that's going to be a yellow card. Guerin has certainly packed the stands today.
Yes, they have. By the way, Mallory Gotti is the one who, or take that back, 22 on the other side. Elizabeth Tamalia is the one who got the yellow card. I believe that's our first yellow of the afternoon. We had a ton of them in our earlier game.
So many. I mean, I think 6 for Center Grove. They were playing with 3 girls down.
Have a player advantage.
I believe that was a dangerous contact, yellow card. You're near pushed from behind.
Under 2 minutes, but still now plenty of time. You see Guerin very quickly getting into scoring position here.
They know to use that yellow card 2 minutes to their advantage while Carmel's playing man down, trying to keep them from scoring. Oop.
Guess what? They did it again. Constantino. Second of the day for Catherine Constantino, and it's 5-1.
It's definitely a game of momentum, and right now it is in Guerin Catholic's favor. They are just going straight to goal.
Well, again, they only scored 9 the first time against Carmel. They've scored 5 already, and we're still in the first quarter.
Back out of midfield, number 26, Avery Gale.
Carmel will still be a player down with Tamalia, one of their top players, on the sidelines.
Like I said, still disappointed you guys didn't get a broadcast the Carmel-Guerin game earlier this season. That would have been definitely one to watch. But that Bishop Chittard Cathedral game that you guys did on the makeup date instead was fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, what a close game.
Draw control won there by Carmel. If my pay grade was a little higher, I could have made that decision to redo the Carmel-Guerin game, but they don't pay me for that, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, I think they picked that date on purpose just to keep it off SRN.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Coming up on a minute to go. By the way, the parents still watching in Iceland?
You know, my parents got a new phone. Felt play on while I was gone, so I have no phone right now, and the Wi-Fi is not working, so I'm just kicking it old school.
You know, I love that how the parents did that while you were gone in London. I mean, they must not want to talk to you lately.
I guess not.
Shot and the save.
Ooh, she went down hard.
Shot there by 27.
I don't think there was a call, but I think they stopped it based on how hard she went down.
It looked like 27 Reese Keetle there for Carmel.
Now she does have to leave the field because they stopped the clock for her. It's hard as an official to really tell whether someone's down and they're hurt and you need to stop the game, or whether you should, wait for them to get up. So
I would be like the old Casey Stengel thing. Tell them to rub some dirt in it. Let's go. Let's get to playing here.
It's definitely a learning curve for the players to realize that, their Oscar-worthy performance means that they now have to leave the game. They are allowed to come back in almost immediately, but that does create a difference. The referees have been talking for a little while over there.
Yeah, they have.
Curious as to what we're discussing.
Well, whatever it is, the one official that is on the sideline, they are telling him what the call apparently is.
So there are 4 officials technically for today. One sideline official who administrates the fouls and kind of make sure everything is going according to plan. So this will be a whistle start with everyone 4 meters away. Lacrosse likes to use meters.
Oh, they do. Very good.
I one time came to a game and the gamesman had a line to the field in feet.
Really?
Instead of meters. Didn't work very well.
Yeah, there's a little difference between the two.
Quite the difference, actually.
4 turnovers now for the Greyhounds, and now we're down to a final 20 seconds of a 5-1 contest, and here come the Golden Eagles again. Great pass to the inside, nice save. Able to get it back and another save.
Still 11 seconds.
Second shot there by Jane Klein, almost going in. Ball knocked away, and eventually it's going to be
to the goalie.
Yep, Carmel picks it up after one. Guerin leads it 5-1.
Guerin 5, Carmel 1.
Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in
need. Today's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Thanks to our officials, because without them, we don't play. Sportsmanship is everyone's job. And also want to thank Tam Sweet and Savory Cafe, where they offer traditional food like Grandma used to make. Great staff, even better food. Check them out Wednesday through Sunday. Call them at 317-760-1640. By the way, don't go to booth 7 because that's where Keith is always parked. He has a private booth there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He eats all the wrong things, though, and that's the problem. When he goes to a great place like Tam Sweet and Savory Cafe because they got such great food, he just orders everything until his wife comes back, and then she restricts him. So your thoughts on period number 1? Carmel off to a great start, and then all of a sudden Guerin comes back, and it was a 1-0 lead. Here comes Guerin, and they dominate.
Definitely feels like Carmel needs to wake up a little bit. They feel like they're playing in slow motion compared to Guerin. They've gotten a couple draw controls and then lost due to turnovers. They like Coach Rogers was saying, they got to play their game.
Yeah. Well, by the way, Carmel unofficially 4 turnovers. They got 3 draw controls, but they were down 4-1 in that area. I know you like the turnovers. I keep bringing those up. 3 turnovers by Guerin, 4 draw controls. We've only had 2 free position shots, 1 each. I will always preach turnovers. If you ever work with me again, I will bring up turnovers every time. Football, basketball, baseball. I always talk about turnovers, errors in baseball. You want anything more about me? I can tell you other things.
I just want to know more about field hockey. How'd you get into field hockey?
Oh, it's amazing.
There's barely any field hockey in this state.
Well, let me tell you what, as I said.
40 high school girls lacrosse teams this year competing.
That's good.
0 high school girls field hockey teams competing.
It's a very intricate sport.
Definitely something that a lot of East Coast teams, the girls do play a lot. Field hockey in the fall and lacrosse in the spring. There's a lot of crossover in those East Coast schools.
That makes sense. Of course, I always wonder why they don't have more of a sore back when they're playing field hockey.
Oh, they do.
How about that?
She got a check in the sphere before the shot, so they're going to put it up on an 8-meter.
By the way, people wonder why I say a back issue, because they're always having to bend over.
They lean over, yeah. Oh, no. All the collegiate players I knew had terrible backs.
Boy. And by the way, you can only hit it on the one side. You have to turn the stick over. You can't use both sides like in hockey. Did you know that?
I did not.
Free position shot
Back
and the score.
Net.
There you
nice
go.
Bounce shot.
Looks like Tamalia.
Number 22, Ellie Tamalia off the free position.
So they get on the board. Carmel now down by 3 here in the second.
Ranger score, Guerin 5, Carmel 2 with 11:06 to play in the first half.
So now let's see how Guerin will respond.
Carmel did a really good job on that play of taking their time, drawing the foul, getting their 8 meter, putting it at the back of the net. They're very talented at 8 meters. I'd love to see their stats for how many 8 meter conversions they've made. But, I mean, that is a big part of this game. Your ability to know when to draw an 8 meter.
This will be won again by Carmel.
That was gorgeous. That one-handed jump, draw control. Wow.
5-4 in that category. Carmel leading, and now a chance to get on the board again.
Guerin did a great job of meeting her at that goal circle and keeping her from the crease roll, but not the second. Oh, outside the net.
Yeah, that's breaking hair.
She didn't make it quite as far around as she needed to. Guerin's defense was right there.
So here come the Golden Eagles.
Oh, no call there. Keep playing. Like I tell my girls, keep playing till the whistle.
Yep.
Bit of a scrum. Ball's up there.
Nobody wants it.
Oh, gosh, reminds me of middle school.
Boy, how about that check from behind as you saw.
Looked a little bit to me like off-ball detaining, but there was a lot going on right there.
Hauser went down there for Carmel. So now Guerin will set it up.
They're trying to settle into offense. They've slowed down a little bit. Like I said, no shot clock in high school. College, they got about 90 seconds. It resets all the time. I do not ref college because there is a lot more to it with the shot clock.
Oh, I bet.
They make this motion that looks like they're saying, raise the roof.
Carmel, a lot of motion in this offense, or should say for Guerin in this offense, so Carmel chasing a lot on defense.
Carmel's playing a nice man-to-man, not playing out too far. They are even on players.
Constantino ran about 80 yards and only went maybe 15. Boy, the pace really slows down right here.
It looks to me like number 13's being face guarded. Her girl is not paying attention to anything but the ball, but her player.
Yeah, that's Susie, who I would guard a lot too.
8 meter shot for Guerin Catholic.
So this will be just their second opportunity right here. Great jump and the score.
Didn't seem like the defense really got in on that.
Carolyn Ford, who had 6 goals in the earlier contest in the loss to Carmel, coming back with the first one here today.
Yeah, see, the defense isn't there at all.
It's kind of confusing, isn't it?
The defense is entitled to the first closest hash. They get the inside position. They don't necessarily get the second inside position, but you'll see with a lot of higher level teams that they'll get 2 girls from the same team stacked right there so that they can push each other in faster to get in front of the shooter.
Well, they didn't do it that time, for sure.
They did not, which is confusing to me. Oh, a little bit of contact on that draw control, but Carmel maintains possession.
In that category, 6-4.
Ooh, a little bit of wild checking going on. Has started to rain.
Yes, it has. Some point, though, you think about the checking, and I know when we have talked to you previously about the danger side of it, you really got to keep that in check, per se, because you don't want players getting hurt.
Did you see that? She maintained possession of the ball even when she fell, but a turnover on that pass.
Man.
It's going to go out of bounds.
It's number 5 now on Carmel.
They've got to be frustrated with the amount of turnovers they've made.
Well, I'm going to ask you then, is a player, lead pass there, Constantino, is the rain playing any factor at this yet?
I mean, probably. That girl slipped right down there. They're all wearing cleats.
Pass to the inside, the turn to the right.
Nice defense from Carmel. Stopping her on that look.
Adelaide's pass to the inside, and the score by Ford once again.
That was a really nice feed to the inside. Thread that needle.
Constantino with 2. Gabriella Deere with a couple of goals, and now Caroline Ford has 2. She has 8 now in the 2 games against Carmel. Well, they responded very well. Carmel came out, got the goal, and now you've seen Guerin come back and
yeah, 7-2 is not where I thought this game would be right now, but Guerin is dominating this game. Even if they're not getting the draw controls as often as Center Grove was getting draw control after draw control, but the game was pretty evenly matched for most of it.
Sometimes you can't tell in any sport, and I'll tell you why. We did a boys basketball game earlier this year where the winning team had 35 turnovers. I would have never guessed that.
Wow.
In a million years.
Going to be checking the sphere.
So in other words, I might be winning in the draw controls, but I'm losing on the scoreboard. So you just never know. Stats always don't add up all the time. So now Guerin. Chance to get up 8-2 right here.
Definitely a important point in the game for Carmel. They need to start putting some points on the board. They called it offside.
Timeout on the field.
Offsides on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Whatever it is, it's taking them a while to tell us what we're doing here.
Offsides called against
Okay,
Carmel.
so it was Carmel offsides.
Huh. It does stop the clock, but sometimes it is a disadvantage to the attack because it kind of gets you out of whatever rhythm you were in when it was called.
Exactly. That's like what halftime does to teams. You're getting on.
Good feed in.
Boy,
a lot of pressure.
Jane Klein got mugged right there.
She's got player open in the middle.
Guerin, there's the pass to the inside, a triple and double team, if not more.
Push, and it's going to set up on an 8-meter.
Boy, Jane Klein again.
Like I said, a lot more pressure on the 2A team, so they definitely changed the level of refereeing as well.
So Jane Klein. This will be the third free position opportunity here. Klein winds, shoots low, and scores. Second one for Klein. And Carmel right now has no answers for Guerin. 8-2 your score.
Like you said, it is really hard to beat the same team twice.
Yeah.
And their matchup earlier this season sounded like it was pretty epic.
Well, somehow Sophie Mock is going to have to get going. Her numbers this year have been out of this world. One of the, if not the state leading scorer in points. I think she came into the tournament with 122 points.
Sounds like the Carmel coach was not pleased with that last call. Taking some time to explain what's going on.
I know the Carmel coach from his younger days.
Really?
Yeah. He lived in Richmond for a few
Got any
years.
embarrassing stories?
A couple, but I'll hold on to him for now.
Ah.
No, he's a good guy. I love his family. But I'm sure he's not too happy with how things are going right now. Josh Miller, the head coach at Carmel.
Ooh, that's got to be a call, right? Hold up.
Carmel's saying, wait a minute.
She walked around her.
I love
I'm watching Coach Miller in the sidelines. He's like, okay, come on.
Referees are seeing if they had a different vantage point on that call. It looked to me like she was, looking at the ball, trying to catch that ball so she didn't see the other player. So it is going to be Carmel.
So again, penalty will be against Guerin, and Carmel will have it. 5:14 to go here in the second quarter.
They are setting up, trying to make sure that the foul is 4 meters behind. Guerin immediately gets, those girls there to play defense.
By the way, that game we were supposed to do earlier at Guerin, it was the Carmel Guerin game, as you mentioned, and we get in the press box and ready to get things started, and all of a sudden lightning everywhere. Yes, big time torrential downpour.
It looked really sunny that afternoon, too.
It was. Well, it was sunny the other night here, too. Yeah, play JV, so.
Seems like they are calling this game pretty tight right now.
Yes, they are.
They called a push, put the player on the dot.
Nice pass, low shot, and again another score. This time it'll be Brecklin Hare. Brecken getting her first goal.
That position from the dot isn't always the easiest one to score from, but being able to get it to one of your teammates who's in a better position, that's gold.
And we saw a lot of low shots in the semifinals, probably more than we had seen in a long time. Players dropping down and shooting it almost below the belt line.
You got to have really good stick skills in order to be able to make those shots.
Yeah.
It's definitely a skill that takes time and effort to learn. And as you can see, a lot of these girls from Carmel and Guerin Catholic have tremendous stick skills.
Well, and one thing about that, think about adding that to your arsenal if you can master that a little bit and certainly make you that much more dangerous when it comes to being an offensive player. So now all of a sudden it's back to an 8-3 contest. We're going to say this will be Carmel.
The Carmel player did not go for that ball because she was pretty confident that it was going to be called for them.
Umbrellas are back out.
Another call for Carmel.
Four minutes remaining now here in the second. It's going to go against Guerin again.
I think we're going to get a shot from the hanging hash. Again, not the best place to take a shot from. Looks like she's winding up to take it right from the 8-meter.
One step and the score.
That was incredible. What a beautiful shot.
Hare just got another one, 2 in a row now by Brecken Hare. And they're right back in at 8-4.
Carmel really needed that to get their momentum going. They do seem to be calling the game a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
Seems like both coaches maybe had something to say about the physicality.
Okay, but as an official, and you've officiated, I haven't officiated this game, but I've officiated basketball. I'm not necessarily going into a game thinking, I might know both teams, but I don't really change my style too much. Do you change yours when you go into a game if somebody says, hey, knucklehead, you need to lighten this up a little bit?
Sometimes I find it funny when they say stuff like, hey, can you look out for such and such? And I'm like, I wasn't before, but I will now. Like, yeah, of course I was looking for that beforehand. But I do think we're all human. So if you are being told something,
you'll look for it.
It does tend to stay in your mind a little bit more. And I do tend to think that the state games are called a little tighter than in season. Flag. She made that shot though, so it's gonna disregard. Good thing Carmel was there.
Tamalia, by the way, looking for her second.
So if you see the flag go up, it's usually in your best interest to drop the ball.
Really?
And then you get a free position shot.
Okay.
I think that ball hit the goalie somehow. Maybe got into her equipment. Went into her jersey.
It's stuck somewhere in her jersey. The hidden ball trick.
Great minds think alike.
So that's not legal, right?
Well, it's incidental. She didn't mean to do it, so it's not a call.
Or at least we think she didn't mean to do it.
Yes, we. Now, if you do, reach for it with your hand, that'll be a body ball. If it hits your body, it's not a call unless you try and control the ball. So I had to call a body ball on a girl earlier this year because it hit her and then rolled down and she tried to catch it between her legs. Wow, Carmel's defense could not stop the midfield transition. She went for that check though, and I think that's gonna be a inadvertent whistle on the field.
So turnover there.
And they're gonna keep the ball with Carmel.
Under 2 minutes. 2 unanswered goals
See
now
how
by
far Carmel's defense has pulled up the field?
Yeah, they have.
That makes me so nervous as a coach because I just know that if you don't get it, then you got to get all the way back.
And quickly.
It is a very physical sport. These girls are in great shape.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this too, because Guerin had an extra day or so to rest, and Carmel, of course, had to come back on Thursday and play. Guerin have any advantage having an extra day or so?
Hard to say. I'm sure, more time to rest is more time to rest.
More time to scout too, right?
Yes, I'm sure they were at the game watching.
Well, if they weren't, they would have gotten expert commentary.
Oh, that was a nice check from behind.
Fifth
It looks like she thought there was a call, so she kind of stopped, but no call on the field on that one.
And they better work quick. Under 30.
Plenty of time. Guerin is really good at stopping them in the midfield, though.
This would be big for the Greyhounds to get another one here, but I think,
the second quarter, so the clock does stop. Looks like it's going to be an 8-meter shot. It's just what Carmel wants from this.
Free position awarded to number 18, Riley
This
Putnam.
will be number 18, Riley Putnam.
As a righty, this is one of my favorite spots to shoot from. Oh.
Boy, she passed it up.
Didn't take it. They're going to call across the body, take another shot. I think it's going to be at the 12, however. So they have to clear a lane from the 12, but they do not have to move as much as on an 8-meter. Carmel really should have gotten a shot off on that. I think she went out of bounds there on the whites. That's going to be time.
Well, there you have it, though. Carmel came back, got themselves a couple of goals thanks to Brecken Hare, and they've gotten it down to a 4-goal deficit. We're at halftime. We'll come back with a halftime report in a moment right here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do, We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Back once again here at Noblesville. A reminder, today's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like to volunteer, give them a call at 317-686-6239. And also by Boilermaker Local 374, where they represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. Start your career with Boilermaker Local Union 374, 219-845-1000. And if I may, today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana Girls Lacrosse Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IGLA is strictly prohibited. Coach Keith Myers joining us here at halftime. Good start for Guerin. Nice ending for Carmel to get it down to 4 here in the 2A championship game. We saw one defending champion get beat. Now Carmel's hoping they can make it 2.
What a day, huh?
Yeah.
This day started at 8:30 in the morning. They had the freshman, sophomore teams play, the all-state team there, and then after that they did the junior, senior, and then of course we had the 1A game and the 2A game. Great viewing.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Rumors has it that we have some people in Iceland.
Oh, it's
watching.
not a rumor. That's a fact.
That's pretty impressive for us. Australia and Iceland. That's pretty impressive, I think. But again, as I said at halftime of the first game, we cannot do this. IndianaSRN cannot do this with the backing of both associations of lacrosse. The board of directors believe what we do, and they see what we do, and I think we bring a pretty good product to them, and they're very appreciative, and we're very appreciative of them.
Well, this is the last one, though. After today, 3 boys games going on, and hopefully the rain stays away from them.
They are in a clearing pattern, just like we are. And it looks like they got a 6 o'clock start. Little concerned about the 6 o'clock start, but all in all, not a bad day. Got cold though. It was 80 as you mentioned earlier, and it's like 57 now. But great crowd on hand. The rain did not suffice those people to come.
So do you anticipate, when you look ahead now to next season, which I know as one of the foreseers of IndianaSRN, are you planning on wanting to do more lacrosse games and give them more exposure?
Just was talking to the president of the cross, Mr. Miller, who is coaching this team against Carmel, but we had time to talk at halftime at the 1A game, and he just said, please, let's get together, let's look at schedules and all those things. So I think they have winter meetings, and in February we'll sit down as a staff and look at the lacrosse boys side and girls side, see what we can do. I would love to do 12 boys and 12 girls, to almost what we did this year, but maybe expand that a little bit. Travel sometimes is tough for us on the weekdays, so those Saturday afternoon matinee games were really nice for us. But whatever they want to do, I'm sure they are thrilled. We are thrilled, and if you're a sponsor of IndianaSRN, you got to be thrilled because you're getting some really good times. And I know we have a lot of people that are interested in donating. Possibly there's a donate button there on our website, and all that money goes to not only lacrosse, but it goes through all those games. We do over 300 games a year. We got 2 baseball games left and 2 softball games, and then we're done. And then our season starts again. Well, my season never ends.
Yeah.
I know I have broadcasters meeting the second week of August, and we'll be ready for football. I will tell you this. We have over 45 football games scheduled for high school, and possibly 15 to 20 college games on the network next year for the fall.
That tells me it's about 70-plus games.
For the fall, that's pretty good. That does not include the volleyball that we usually do about 12 to 14, and then also the semi-states and all those actions. So been very, very blessed. IndianaSRN, as we call it, the sports leader in Central Indiana. I don't think anybody else does as much sports as we do, and we do it for the right reason. We do it for these young ladies and these men and women that are playing this game, because it's a good thing to go to high school. Because I tell you what, one of the things coaches tell me is those kids are used to now getting interviewed. They know how to handle the press, how to handle some pressure. So it's a win-win for all of us.
Yeah. And no doubt about it, as we talked about in the 1A championship, again, when you think about the exposure for your business through IndianaSRN, you're reaching all of these fans because, let's face it, mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, cousins, friends of the players, all of them are really focused in on, because they like to see their friends play and they like to see their relatives play.
The cool thing is you get it live.
Yeah.
Then we put it on our YouTube page, and that's when these girls, I mean, I guarantee you, Center Grove will go home and they'll have a party tonight, and they'll be watching it on their 70-foot screen, and then those kids will go, hey, that's me. I'm going to highlight that clip. And it's good for colleges, as you know, we're very involved with the Heartland Conference, and they're trying to build that lacrosse program. And, man, state of Indiana has some good lacrosse players on the guys' side and especially on the girls' side. We've seen talent today.
Yeah.
They're All-Americans.
All-Americans.
That's something better than I did. I never was I was an All-American crybaby once, but other than that, that's pretty good.
Got to have something.
Got to thank our crew. Got to thank Chuck. Got to thank Steaks upstairs. Got to thank Mitchell. Again, those guys have been here. They set up early Tuesday and then carried that on through, and a terrific job for those. That's why Chuck deserves the IndianaSRN's most valuable director this year, because he spent more time with you and me than anybody else, and he's lived to tell about it.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
He certainly has.
Because you're hard to work with.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. All right, we'll come back. Second half action coming up, 8-4 here at the half.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
For Guerin, 2 goals each. Number 3, Gabby Deere.
Back once again here at Noblesville in the 2A championship game. Today's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Their mission is building better futures one story at a time. They acknowledge the whole person and their individual story. If you'd like more information, give them a call at 317-472-7600 as we come back for the second half. Your thoughts on half one, since we had Keith on a little bit ago. Let me get your thoughts on what you saw. Carmel able to get those 2 goals there to tighten this to 8-4, but there for a while looked like Guerin was going to run away with this thing.
Yeah, it did look like for a while there that Guerin might just have this all wrapped up, but 4 points is definitely doable. That's quick if the momentum's in your favor. It seems like Carmel did a really good job of shutting down Alex Susi. But Guerin has a lot of good players on their team, and you can't just take out one player and expect to win. So they're going to need to do more than just play good defense. They're going to need to start putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah. By the way, I know we keep talking about the weather, but we have been looking at that radar all day, and we've got some dry weather again, so that is good news. Yes, look at this.
Wow.
Not a raindrop to
Were you at the game last year, the state championship, where they just kept having rain delays?
No, I was at the boys that time, yeah.
I was a up in northern Indiana at our lake place, and I was so glad that I wasn't here in person to have to suffer through all of those rain delays.
You're at your lake place. You have a lake place up north too.
Yeah.
You just come back from London. Now you're going back to London and your lake place.
Well, I got to go to the lake in between.
Oh well, of course.
Where else do you spend your summers?
At home. Second half draw brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about your service, check out Aspen Creek Grill. They have a little bit of everything for everyone. You will not be disappointed. Stop by after the game today. Aspen Creek Grill in Noblesville. We'll be naming the Aspen Creek Grill Player of the Game when we're done as well.
Carmel wasn't able to get a stick on that one. Guerin Catholic just ran away with that draw. Another offside call.
Had a lot of those today.
4. I will say, again, with a field that's lined only for lacrosse, it does help you keep in mind those lines. As you can see on this field, it's yellow and then white and then yellow again to the pylon, so it's a little harder. It is marked as a 30.
Yeah, but that's still awful hard to tell when you're going full bore, right?
True. And, the lines in girls lacrosse are a little bit flexible. There is some flexibility in the line. Wow. That was a nice top right corner shot.
Gabriella Deere has her third.
So there's a little bit of flexibility in the lines, which means playing at a different field can be a bit of a disadvantage, as some teams have wider, thinner, longer fields.
This is interesting.
We are just so thrilled to be playing
You'll play on anything or just
Yes, I
posted?
mean, I've definitely refereed some games at some questionable fields. Shout out to Zionsville West Middle School.
Questionable because of size or where the markings were.
Okay, you see this circle, right? The center circle?
Yes.
See how far the 30 is from the center circle?
Yes.
At that field, the 30 touches the center circle.
So it's smaller is what you're telling us.
It is tiny, which is an official. I don't mind.
Okay.
As a player, I thought it was really weird.
So
They said they have a machine that does the lines for them.
Sure they do, yes. And it's malfunctioning or what?
They didn't put it in the machine right.
Okay. 9-4 your score now with Guerin getting the first point of this third quarter. That'll be called against Guerin. Got number 23, I do believe. We'll check that. That's actually going to be number 28, which is Avery Wilson.
She's drawing several players from Guerin as she continues to go to goal. Nice shot. Carmel gets that rebound.
That was Sophie Mock, by the way, trying to get her first goal of the day, but it has not happened yet.
Across the body call. We're outside the 12, so it is still self-start, but you can kind of request that slower setup where the player has to take the whole 4 meters behind you. Ooh, nice
How about
feed.
that pass, huh?
Beautiful shot. Nice pass. Like I
Avery.
said, both these teams have excellent stick skills.
No kidding.
Carmel's number 26, Avery Gale.
So Avery gets her second of the day. So Carmel coming right back, 9-5.
It's so handy having this little replay right here.
You
for
like that? You guys could have that as
a referee.
officials, yeah.
Man.
You could have a certain amount of replays for each team.
That would be nice.
They could do like they do in all the other sports. You only get 2 if you want to challenge.
I don't even think they do that in college yet.
No.
Girls, women's lacrosse.
Well, that'll change too, as you
I'm
know.
telling you, the rules in this sport change every year, and I wish they would just take a break.
I'm glad you said that, as that draw control won by Carmel, because I've had others say the same thing.
So she's saying, I want that 4 meters. I want that player to have to go behind me, taking their time on those setups. Definitely not something you always want to do, but if you have the time, then it is sometimes an advantage, especially if you're a team that relies more on plays than they do hot off the midfield.
Once again, as you see Tamalia trying to make a move to the inside at around the 8-meter, backs it beyond the 12 and resets it.
A lot of players in the 8 there.
No
call.
Mock. Sophie Mock. Turnover.
So funny to hear the parents yelling their thoughts.
Yeah.
on every call.
Well, as a referee, as we know, you're only going to get half the crowd every time, right?
Yeah, I guess so. sometimes it seems like you get none of the field as an official. So
Coach Miller was wondering about that call as well, as you see Guerin trying to add to their 9-5 lead. By the way, Alex Susi has not scored today. We talked about Sophie Mock. She has not scored today. 2 of your leading scorers being held in check.
Guerin's taking their time. They have no rush right now.
You know, I'm surprised in a lot of ways you don't see more of this when you have a now 4-goal lead. I know you want to score. It's that one off the pipe. But there's really, again, at times, if you can run off 2-3 minutes at a time and you look back at the game, you think, boy, we ran off a lot of time. Really didn't give your opposing team much chance to score because time ran out.
Definitely.
A big key.
Comes in clutch later in the game when you wish you had all that time back.
Yeah, exactly.
So got to make every minute count.
Well, they've got about a minute already.
Nice feed in, didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, that
Carmel
was
collapse on him. Almost a shooting space call, but nothing yet. Play till the whistle. Looked like a push, yeah, he called that one.
I can always tell you which crowd is in front of us. They will not be quiet about what call they don't think is correct.
Yeah, they've got some interesting shirts on.
So Carmel, as we are near the halfway point of the third.
They are making some calls in the midfield. As an official, you know, those repetitive calls in the midfield can turn into a yellow card if you feel like the other team is doing it repetitively. Now on that one, the coach was saying, you know, that he wants that 2 meters in. She is entitled to come into the field 2 meters on that start. And, you know, with the out of bounds line right there, you want every inch you can get.
So here come the Greyhounds once again. Tamale able to reach up and grab that one in midair.
Had a player open in the 8.
You know, I'm not sure that coach with all these rules, I can keep up with it if I were trying to referee.
Oh, and she still got it in the back of the net.
That's Tamale, number 2.
You know, I'm always trying to make the game more approachable. You know, part of growing the game is getting new people involved, and it does come off a little bit intimidating to start. But, you know, I do love the game.
Yeah. I'd have to have a lot of training, though. A lot of training.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You definitely have a feel for the game now. I think you'd be able to step in. We get a lot of parents who become officials.
Really?
You know, maybe they're tired of yelling from the bleachers.
So they want to get yelled at.
Yeah, they want to get on the field. And I encourage that so that they can, you know, it's a really different perspective, and it's definitely makes you humble.
Yeah.
I think it would help if more of our coaches also were officials, because some of them do not seem to know the rules.
Well,
some of them just like yelling.
There's probably like some broadcasters I know that don't know all the rules either, because every time I turn around, I'm hearing something new. So,
well, learning opportunity for everyone today.
How thick is your rule book?
I think it's like 135 pages.
135 pages.
It's not that bad.
Wow.
They print a new one every year.
I bet they do. Bet you have a case book too, don't you? Like basketball is a case book, a rule book, and then some other book I don't watch.
Like scenarios?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I try to skip that one.
So they're going to call that a push, put it at 8 meter on the hanging hash.
So chance here for Carmel, number 6, I do believe.
Like I said, that hanging hash isn't always the best shot angle, but definitely lends itself to a pass. You saw that shot, she just didn't quite get enough of an angle. You really got to get more to the inside in order to get that shot off.
That was Tamalia on the free position opportunity, so here come the Golden Eagles once again. We have seen, of course, the earlier game, the 1A game, not a really high-scoring game, kind of in the middle there. We have seen the semifinals were really kind of more high-scoring than what we have seen so far in the 2 championship games.
Carmel's scratching their way back, however. They're going to call something. Looking for that. I saw the flag. So if you continue to shoot on the flag, you don't get to take it again. But if the foul was on the shot, then you do get to take an 8 meter.
Okay. Gabby Deere will attempt this one, and a nice save, and the scoop.
Oh my gosh.
Eventually 44 Jenkins able to scoop it up.
It's my worst nightmare, watching that ball come out right in front of the goalie. And that scrum where anyone could just put it right back in the goal. Now in high school girls lacrosse, you are not allowed to hold your stick horizontal when playing defense. It's a safety issue. So I'm watching for that. A lot of players have their stick horizontal before they make contact, and then they do a good job of moving it to 10 and 2. Ooh, she got a stick on that one. Wow, nice control of that. Just a great turnover for Carmel.
I'm still trying to figure out some of these other rules here. I can't have my stick.
Now I feel like I'm explaining too many rules. I got to focus on the game.
Well, you might have to go the 100 and how many pages?
116. Oh, flag. She still shot it.
Great save. I do believe Audrey Pepe.
We're already in the third quarter.
Yeah, almost the end.
It feels like
it's been a fast third.
Yeah. Both teams have a very deep bench.
Yeah.
Got a lot of girls here today.
Yeah, we saw a couple of the 1A teams where they might have had 4 players on their bench, so they were going to be pretty tired by the end of the night.
I say as a midfielder, it's about 5 miles during the game. As a low attacker, low defender, you're probably running 3.
So you get a good workout.
Definitely a good workout. Ooh, got by your defender and the check. They got the flag up already. Checking the sphere.
That's that bubble around my head, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Clock's going to keep running, though. We're in the third.
This will be Catherine Constantino.
Another flag. She still shot it. Didn't make it.
Boy, she really got in there. She was right in the crease, wasn't she? Close to it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line between getting in there so that you get a good shot and getting it off quickly so that you are there before the defender. They are not happy about that one. Clock still running.
By the way, the Oscar came out again from the one fan, so. That's now what? I think the second one we have seen.
Second Oscar for today.
Second Oscar.
Flag, shot, back of the net.
Breckenhare gets number 3.
They are within 2.
Yeah, how about that? Taking a look at it.
She definitely got fouled.
Wow. She got through those first 2 defenders.
Yeah, for a no-contact sport, there is quite a bit of bumbling around.
Well, that's like calling basketball a non-contact sport. Let's face it. Come on.
Women's lacrosse is the number 2 sport for most likely to play in college.
Really?
About 12.5% of high school lacrosse players go on to play collegiately.
No kidding. Wow.
Only behind women's ice hockey.
I didn't know that.
So if you want a scholarship to play in college, look at girls lacrosse.
No kidding.
A lot of these players are going on to play.
Well, especially if you're young right now and you're thinking about picking up a sport, this might be it.
Are they going to call that timeout?
Push the call.
9.9.
Are going to call a timeout in order to make sure she gets off that 8-meter shot.
Yes, we have seen this before. The timeout to make sure you get.
Yeah, with the change to quarters now, it's the clock runs on the first and third quarter regardless of the foul. As referees, we are told to look for, any kind of delay tactics and to try and administer the fouls as quickly as possible.
Okay.
However, as a coach, you got to try and look at that clock, look at the field, and figure out whether your player is going to get that shot off or not.
We'll take a timeout. 9-7 your score.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Back once again here, end of the third, 9.9 seconds remaining. The timeout called, so the free position shot is available here for Carmel. They're trying to pull to within 1. It was 8-2 at one point. Been a 5.
They did move the penalty to the 12-meter, though. That's a little bit less useful for calling a timeout.
No kidding. Ball loose. Will time run out? 1 second remaining, and no shot here. We head to the final period. 12 to go, 9-7, Guerin.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Today's 2A championship game brought to you in part by Passion to Care, where they're dedicated to helping you care for a loved one. Through Indiana State programs, they provide financial compensation. For more information, give them a call at 833-420-6640. And by Family Source Insurance, your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Contact them for all your insurance needs at 317-894-7000. Let's talk strategy now here. You're the head coach at Guerin. You're up by 2, but you were at one point leading 8-2, and the momentum's now switched over to Carmel. What do you want to say to your young ladies here to try to finish this out and get a three-peat?
I think now's the time for them to score. I mean, I think that they got into a little bit of a lull, slowed it down, said, oh, we don't need to score, we can just run the clock out. But, you know, I think Center Grove did a good job of just continuing to take the ball and put it in the back of the net. So sometimes you got to get your players out of that mentality that it's safe. It's time to go to goal.
By the way, Brecken Hare with 3. Elizabeth Tamalia has a couple of goals. We have the Guerin fans again right in front of us.
Certainly feels like Guerin has turned out way harder today than Carmel, which is a little surprising to me.
Probably very rare, though, you're going to see a three-peat in any sport, let alone coming in here to get 3 in a row in girls lacrosse. So
I just really hate a pre-made T-shirt that already has you winning. Have you seen those? They got shirts that say, let's go 3 in a row.
Maybe it's a premonition.
I guess.
Or it'll be a jinx, one of the two.
I mean, at least wait to put them on until after you win.
So here we go, final 12 minutes of this 2A title matchup.
I mean, Carmel has been coming back, but Guerin still feels like they are in control.
12 draw controls now for Carmel, 8 today for Guerin.
That draw is so important. Flag. Now, the other thing about a flag is if the motion to goal stops, then the flag is administered. So she kind of went behind the goal. That's the end of the scoring play. Now she gets set up on her 8-meter.
So Brecken Hare
that's her second
scores
from right there. I mean, she's just got that shot down.
4 now for Hare. The 7th free position shot now by Carmel, and guess what? It's down to 1.
Look at that shot. I'd love to get that on they were doing the contest earlier.
Right.
Fastest shot. I'd love to see what that was on the gun.
Well, apparently Pepe didn't see it. Am I right? Otherwise, she might have gotten a stop, but that's how
to
fast
me, that
it was.
looked like the exact same shot she took earlier in the game.
Right.
And she just masterfully put that right where she wanted it.
Well,
wow, look, Carmel's got 2 girls on the attack side right now to start the draw, and 6 girls waiting on defense.
Wow.
It's a little bit of a disadvantage when you go down to attack, if they get this draw, but if Guerin gets it, then your defenders are all right there. That is how they keep getting offside, so I bet.
9th draw control is Carolyn Ford.
Again, that's outside the 12, so it's still free motion.
It was Megan Hauser called for the penalty there for Carmel.
2 girls, 3 girls, 4 girls from Carmel on her. Wow.
You mentioned Guerin has gone into a little bit of a scoring drought of late, still stuck at 9, and their lead down to 1.
Carmel sent 2 girls after her. Looks like they are trying to get Guerin to turn over the ball, not let them stall as long as they have been.
Good patience here by Guerin as you see Deere with the ball. Check there by that defense for Carmel being patient themselves.
There is no shot clock, so they can take as much time as they want.
Oh my. The attempt there by Jane Klein, but it came out of her netting.
They are allowed to hit the ball with their sticks, kind of a raking motion, as long as they don't cover the ball. They are also allowed to kick the ball out of the way. So I haven't seen many kicks today.
I'm still waiting to see another deputy. We've had
You
three
know,
today.
that was really surprising to me. I'm gonna have to talk to them and see what the idea was there. I mean, it worked for them.
It did. Deere, the pass to the inside, and it came loose. Turnover.
Great catch by the goalie. Always worried in those scenarios that you're going to score on yourself.
That's right.
That's the worst. Can you imagine in a state championship game?
Oh, my.
Looking ahead, looking at that goal.
Oh, what a
is she
save.
there? Oh, they are going to keep it down there. Carmel's ball. They are making the ball go back to the player that was closest to where it went out of bounds. Looked like the other player wanted to start with it. Like we were saying, Carmel is really fast off those.
Oh, my.
I think that's going to be a yellow card.
Yep.
Dangerous contact, push from the back. You know, it's really dangerous if you get pushed from the back and you didn't see the push coming. The chance that you're going to land, trip, and hit your head is pretty high, and we want this sport to be safe.
Grayson Navarro leaving.
For 2 minutes. Got those binoculars out.
Oh, I do, yes. This is going to be big right here.
To tie it. She passes.
Oh.
Looks.
A little different look here, huh? And
Shooting space. Wow.
Shooting space violation called against Guerin.
We're talking about 9 now, free position shots.
It does seem like Carmel has gotten a glut of free position shots, but
Oh, how about
Guerin
that?
got a stick on that one. They're gonna wait. Now on that shot, right? The ball went out of bounds, but no one ever gained possession of it. That still means that it's a shot. So whoever was closest when it went out of bounds.
Okay.
It doesn't matter that somebody touched it.
I'm glad
Whoa!
that
Wow! Still a
shot.
shot. Still a shot on that one, so it went out of bounds to the sideline. So again, whoever's closest on a shot gets the ball.
You better talk to these guys in
I
front
know
of you.
this guy in front of me is yelling it wrong, so I'm trying to make sure the fans at home know. Maybe not. Oh, there's a flag. Back of the net.
How about that? Brecken Hare gets number 5. And all of a sudden, it's 9-all.
These Guerin fans were standing. They've all seated now.
Coach Miller, of course, very happy there for the Greyhounds, and he should be. What a way to come back from a huge deficit.
I want to relive my glory days and tell you all about my state championship game, but I'll abstain.
Go ahead.
From telling you how we were down by 5 at half and clawed our way back to a 11-10 victory.
Oh, see? So you know the feeling.
Oh, I know the feeling. And again, we were playing a team that had won two or 3 years in a row.
Uh-oh.
Culver Girls Academy.
Oh, yeah.
So it was definitely a dynasty that we were trying to break. But honestly, both Carmel and Guerin are just so good, it doesn't really feel right saying that. That was a beautiful transition Beautiful shot. Carmel takes the lead for the first time.
Wow. How about Breckenhare? That's 7.
7? Wow.
No, 6, I'm sorry.
That
6.
low riser. I got 6 in my state championship game.
So there's something here about you and Carmel. You had 6 in the championship game. Breckenhare has 6 today.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. It's got a lot of echoes of the past. What can I say? I never stopped wanting to relive those glory days of playing lacrosse.
Yeah.
Coaching and refereeing is the closest I get these days.
But it's always nice to be able to give back, though, to something gave you so much joy, right?
Definitely. I really enjoy being on the board, giving back to the sport I love so much that gave me so much. They're going to call that a horizontal. She's taking that slow setup.
Well, now, if you're the Greyhounds and all of a sudden you battled back, you lead it by 1.
Still trying to score 1. I mean, well, in my state championship game, we were up by 1. We stalled for 10 minutes.
Wow. Now,
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
It was terrible. I was so tired. It must have been really boring to watch,
Oh, I
too.
bet, yeah.
But, I mean, it only takes 1 to win it. Look, Carmel's pulling back.
Yep.
They're separating out. Now, they were man up, and now they are even. So they really took advantage of that yellow card.
If anything, in a situation like this, though, you may not stall the whole 6 minutes, but you can take a lot of chunk off that clock.
For sure. If you catch the ball and run around, but it is a lot of work. Oh,
Ooh, almost got another one.
That looked very close to that goal line.
Breckenhare was going for number 7 right there.
I'd love to see the replay on that.
Galvin past midfield.
They're
And
going to call it timeout.
it looks like that's going to be the case. Take another look at this again. See if we can see it.
Timeout called by Guerin. 5:45 to play in regulation. It's Carmel 10, Guerin 9.
That to me does, yeah. There's no replay for the refs.
We're going to take a timeout. 10-9, Carmel with the lead.
Did you see the Carmel player pointing at the ball? She knew that was.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
By the way, quick note on the boys' side, Evansville Memorial beat Brebeuf 11-7, so they win the 1A title game. Their 2A championship game still to come. But what an exciting one here.
This has been a great game. It definitely didn't start out that way.
Yeah.
Seemed like Guerin might run away with it. But, man, like I said, both of these teams are just top of the pack, and everybody knows it.
All right, I've got to ask you, and I don't want to jinx anything, but you know me, when it comes to overtimes, what happens if there's an overtime?
This is why I carry around the rule book in my bag when I'm refereeing. I believe it is 2 3-minute periods.
Okay.
Followed by a sudden death overtime, a.k.a. who scores first.
Guerin trying to get this
That's
one
a charge.
tied up. Yep.
That's a charge. Wow, Carmel is fired up about that, but man, she was leaning. Did you see how far she was leaning into that player? And that is what you are looking for as an official.
That was Alex Susi on the call there.
I mean, she must be frustrated
Yeah.
in this game. and I don't blame her.
What is interesting, Sophie Mock has not scored. Alex Susi's not scored. Carmel and Guerin, two of their leading scores.
Ooh, that was a big, long pass for Carmel straight into the midfield. Guerin's got all of their girls playing defense. They know that they can play 30 to 30. So that area from the 30-yard line to the 30-yard line is anybody's game.
There's a turnover. Number 9 now for Carmel.
Turnover just, so close to the goal. Creates a lot of work. These girls got to be tired. Like you said, they played Wednesday. Some of them played Thursday.
Yeah.
Not a lot of time for your legs to recover.
Guerin back in position. Coming up on 4 minutes. Ball came loose for the moment. And then
Checking
Sophie.
the sphere. I think they're going to put it up at the hanging hash.
Wow. This is only number 6 now for Guerin. That'll be Adelaide, Sophie Adelaide, number 29.
Taking it in. Took it behind. Like I said, that, hanging hash isn't the best percentage shot. Defense, oof.
Straightaway shot attempt by Deer.
Hard shot. Guerin was there to recover. And they're back at it quickly. Knocked down by Carmel. Didn't come up with it though.
Here's Ford.
I'm getting nervous.
I think they are too. Trying to dodge her way to find some room there is Susie. Close in and ball knocked away.
Don't know what that call was. Kind of looked like a shooting space.
Well, they are lining them up. Number 7 now. Free position shots here for Guerin.
Looks like nice save. Oh, Carmel.
Boy, how about that? Ooh. That was Jenkins coming out of the crease there to get that one.
They're playing it safe on the goalie clear, making sure they are.
Well, you better not lose this one back there.
These fans in front of us are killing me with their calls that they are so wrong about. The goalie is allowed to keep 1 foot in, 1 foot out. She's also allowed to go back into her crease. She gets another 10 seconds if the ball is played. So she passed it out. They got passed back to her. She gets another 10 seconds. If she was checked, she gets another 10 seconds back in that crease.
You know what you might think about doing is, if you do this again, is write this down, just hand it to them. Hey, that rules this.
Maybe I should be talking louder so that they hear me. Maybe they'll watch the replay. I mean,
it's possible.
I would.
Yes.
I would be watching this.
It is very plausible.
I was talking to the Center Grove board member, and he said we'll be watching this one several times. I said, great, turn the sound off, don't listen to me.
Well, now you see Carmel using clock.
Oh my gosh, a minute.
Wow, what a comeback, though, for Carmel if they end up winning this thing.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
It was 8-2, right?
This is killing me. Yes. Oh my gosh.
8-2.
Like we talked about, though, you don't need much time in girls lacrosse. Now, she's allowed that setup, but she does have to start moving a little bit. No call there.
Ooh, turnover.
Nice check. Another check. There was a whistle. The ball's coming back. The clock is still running, however, because it's in the midfield.
By the way, Carmel 10 turnovers. 27 seconds remaining.
They really got to take it and all the way.
Here we go. We'll just let you watch it. There's Ford.
Timeout.
11.8, and yes, a timeout with just 11.8 seconds remaining. We will come back and finish it out here from Noblesville.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
All right, put it back to 14 seconds, which if your Guerin is better than 11.8.
Sure.
What do you want to
Every
see?
second counts. You got to put it in the back of the net, right? Like, what else is there to say for Guerin? Like, this is it. This is your season. There is nothing else but this. You want to get it to your best player, and if you can't get that shot off, draw the foul.
Right now, Deer, 3 goals. She is positioned to the left. We see her pretty much right in front of us.
14 seconds is plenty of time. They've got the ball all the way on their end. It's going to be a whistle start. Where the ball was. Carmel is marked up, man to man. But they are, watching that ball. Ball down.
Oh, my.
She's
Big
got to run
turnover.
with it. Still time. And that's it.
Wow.
What a comeback. Oh, I hope they take those shirts off.
Wow.
Unlucky.
We are actually it's our time now to do the Aspen Creek Grill Player of the Game. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, try Aspen Creek Grill. A little bit of everything. You will not be disappointed. Stop by after today's game. Aspen Creek Grill in Noblesville. I would imagine that I'm going to leave it up to you, but how about the play today of Brecken Hare?
I mean, it seems pretty obvious to me. 6 goals, incredible. It's 10 out of 10. That's over 50%.
How strange is it that you guys came back, you won that state championship, you were down, you scored 6.
She scored
Brecken Hare
6.
scored 6, you come back and win it.
It definitely, I gotta say, as a Zionsville High School graduate, it feels wrong to root for Carmel, but after the last 2 years, it does feel sweet to see them succeed.
Well, I know you got to go downstairs.
It's even the same score. Look, 9-10.
This is too weird.
Zionsville Eagles, 2010 state champs.
Do you believe that? 10-9 was your score too.
Yeah, this was a great game. Brecken Hare had a fantastic game. It was definitely a team effort. Their defense played great in that second half. Their goalie was phenomenal.
Yeah.
They just dominated on the draw. It wasn't as dominant as Center Grove, but still, way to never give up.
Yeah. 2 games, 2 state champions going down in the championship game that could have repeated not only twice, but then 3 times.
Yeah, isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's hard to beat the same team twice, but in this 2024 season, both of these teams definitely did that feat.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Coach. And keep coaching, keep reffing, keep enjoying the game, and thanks. And maybe we'll get you back next year, huh?
Thank you so much for having me. It Grateful for the opportunity to talk about INGLA and lacrosse in this great state.
All right, thank you. I know you got to go downstairs and
give away awards.
Give awards away. That's right. Tell you what, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll have the trophy presentation coming up to the champions, the Greyhounds of Carmel.
To the game, we've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Back here once again at Noblesville, and the champions in 2A knocking off the two-time defending champions, Guerin Catholic, as Carmel wins the title here today. A great come-from-behind win. They win it by a final of 10-9, and we'll have the trophy presentation, and then we'll dash out of here. But what a comeback. What a memorable day this will be for the Carmel Greyhounds.
You know, you look at this game, and you look at the halftime score, and you're thinking, oh, this is a yawner, and then all of a sudden Carmel made it very interesting. And what a comeback, and great coaching for both teams, and what an incredible game. And lots of people have watched it live and watched it on IndianaSRN, and we want to thank those fine folks for tuning in today.
By the way, Coach Miller, congratulations to him. Of course, gaining a championship. I'm sure sometimes looking at him on the sidelines, he's thinking, oh, what are we doing? And we're not going to get this done. And when it was 8-2 at one point, you could kind of tell that they just were not the same team, but in the second half, they really turned things on, and just a great win.
The one thing I'm going to say about Coach Miller, he had his wax mustache today.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a good old Earlham grad, right. And that's looping down a little bit because I think the raid has kind of worn that out a little bit. But what a great game, and what a great opportunity for all of us to witness this.
They're going to get the picture right here of the state champions. And then once the trophy is handed over, we will end this one here for today. But what a great day.
What a crowd.
Yeah, great crowds. And now the rain really coming down. But, boy, they survived coming through all the little showers.
How about us surviving?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Some rain.
Made it through, didn't we?
That rain is now heading to Westfield, and we will throw all our attention to a 6 o'clock start tonight for the championship in 2A as Carmel take on Hamilton Southeastern. You can watch that right here on IndianaSRN, as congratulations to Evansville Memorial for winning the 1A. How incredible. 10:30 this morning to almost 9 o'clock tonight, lacrosse all day.
Let's go ahead and go to our public address announcer and the trophy presentations.
Another great season by Coach Joe and the Eagles. Let's meet them one by one. Number 1, Kylie Crosley. Number 3, Gabby Deere. Number 4, Lucy Esposito. Number 5, Natalie Laffin. Number 6, Catherine Sawyer. Number 7, Claire Flanagan. Number 8, Sarah Jacoby. Number 9, Cameron Carter. Number 10, Catherine Constantino. Number 11, Isabella Galvin. Number 13, Alex Susi. Number 14, Sophia Galvin. Number 15, Lyric Barnett. Number 20, Jane Klein. Number 21, Lila Jones. Number 22, Mallory Agati. Number 23, Katie Spoonhauer. Number 26, Ella Capafari. Number 27, Grayson Navarro. Number 28, Avery Wilson. Number 29, Sophie Adelaide. Number 34, Caroline Ford. Number 36, Olivia O'Donoghue. Number 77, Audrey Pape. And in goal, number 88, Ruth Abdallah. And head coach, Joe Bellflower. Coach Gary Galvin, Coach Carolyn Carter, Coach Anya Gladowski, Coach Austin Helm, and Coach Slaney. Ladies and gentlemen, your Class 2A runner-up, Guerin Catholic Eagles. Okay, let's meet your 2A 2024 2A state champions, the Carmel Greyhounds. Number 2, Emma Nichols. Number 3, Sophie Mock. Number 4, Julia Flores. Number 5, Katie McKeever. Number 7, Brecken Hare. Number 8, Nora Rafferty. Number 9, Sophie Grosjean. Number 10, Mallory Wingenroth. Number 12, Juliana Mancini. Number 14, Sophia Middleton. Number 15, Kate Strydeski. Number 16, Ella Pasilio. Number 17, Megan Hauser. Number 18, Riley Putnam. Number 19, Sophie Lewis. Number 22, Ellie Tamalia. Number 23, Jackie Mabry. Number 25, Gia Ferretti. Number 26, Avery Gale. Number 27, Reese Keetle. Number 28, Olivia Slowey. Number 31, Ellie Espy. Number 32, Sadie Benson. Number 33, Kate Sturchy. Number 32, Sadie Benson. Oops, sorry. Number 36, Elle Evard. Number 38, Maya Hauser. In goal, number 44, Brooklyn Jenkins. Number 46, Sophia Anthony. Coaching staff for the Greyhounds, Carla Baker, Meredith Duran, Anna Kitchen McGregor, Katie Morris, Missy Stringham, and head coach Josh Miller. And now Coach Hediger will present the 2A 2024 State Championship Trophy to head coach Josh Miller and the Carmel Greyhounds. Once again, thank you to Noblesville for being excellent hosts this week. To all our officials, coaches, board staff, IndianaSRN for coming out and covering the games. We look forward to seeing you back here in 2025.